And we now continue with former Massachusetts governor and 2008 presidential candidate Mitt Romney. And also joining us now is Mitt's wife, Ann. Hi, good to see you again. Welcome back.
Thank you.
All right. So now it's got to be tough. Here's the man you love. You're crazy about. You guys have been married how many years now?
38.
All right. You got these 5 wonderful boys.
5 grown boys.
And they're doing well.
10 grandkids.
And then he makes this crazy idea. He talks to the family and says he's going to be president.
We're totally with him. The whole family. The 5 boys, the 5 daughters-in-law, the 10 grandkids.
They're a little young to vote.
Some of them don't talk yet.
The grandkids are voting in.
No, it was a family decision, and I'm convinced he's going to be an awesome president.
I got to know you guys a little bit during the Olympics. I don't know if you remember the first time we met and interviewed. And you have a very tight-knit family. But I got to imagine here your husband is under fire. Everything he says and does is going to be scrutinized. He has a bunch of crazy guys like us asking him questions, trying to trip him up all the time. Is it hard for you to as a loving family, watch that happen?
I think it's probably the hardest on the spouse. I think, and I have sympathy for all candidates that are running, and anyone that puts themselves on the line, Republican or Democrat. There is a family involved, and it's a tough business.
It's too personal now, isn't it? Toxic.
It gets very ugly, and it shouldn't be that way. I think all of us need to recognize that all of us are doing the best we can.
Imagine yourself if you were in the White House right now, both of you, and I'll ask you both, and you hear what President Bush has called. He's called a liar. I debated Rocky Anderson. He called our president a war criminal. The comparisons that have been made, ads run on these extreme websites comparing him to Hitler. Is that something you ever even think about in this process?
Can't imagine. I think back to a statement that was made by Abraham Lincoln long ago. He said, if through this process of being president I lose all my friends but one, and if that friend is deep inside me, I'll be satisfied.
Yeah.
And I really do think that President Bush has an inner strength and a family support that allows him to continue to guide the affairs of the nation without worrying too much about what other people are saying.
By the way, I don't think mainstream Democrats either compare Bush to Hitler or hate him personally.
Ted Kennedy calls him a liar.
Come on. Most Democrats do not believe that Bush is like Hitler or hate him personally. They disagree with his policies. Well, nice to meet you. Have you changed Governor Romney's position on anything?
You know, I don't think I have. Let's see if he's changed any of my positions. Maybe he's changed more of mine than I've changed his. We don't agree on everything, I have to say that, and people keep trying to find out what that is.
I'd love to answer that question.
And Larry King never got it out of me. Mike Wallace tried to get
Sorry, he's not on the station.
And Mike Wallace tried to get it out of me, and
well, it's normal for husband and wife to disagree and to have different opinion on certain things. But how seriously do you take her counsel, and how has that affected your issues, your public policy issues?
Well, Ann and I talk every day. I mean, whether on the phone if I'm traveling or, pillow talk at great length, and then we talk about things I'm dealing with, and I talk about her day, and she talks about, and then I talk about mine. We share those things, and what's interesting is that Ann has a very unusual ability to judge people's character and to know something about their heart, whether they're telling the truth, whether they're a person of integrity.
What does she say about us? That may be a...
And so
she's sitting closer to me.
I go to her for counsel on people that I'm choosing to interact with and get her thoughts.
So you're his guidance system, you're his reality check, basically?
Well, hopefully, I think in any good marriage that would be the case.
What do you see the role of First Lady as being?
You know, I think to be a loving person that cares deeply about all the citizens. I think that every person in the United States does think highly of Laura Bush. I think she's been a very good role model for all of us. I think we have to recognize that there are human needs, real human needs that we are trying to...
You would model yourself after Laura Bush in terms of being a First Lady?
Well, I think she would be one role model. Eleanor Roosevelt is another wonderful one. I think there have been wonderful First Ladies.
Who would you most model? You know, the name Reagan kept coming up at the debate the other night, much more, 19 times. Yeah. George W. Bush came up once. Who would you model yourself after as President of the United States? Who do you view as your
Probably my dad. I love my dad, and he's my hero. But of course,
asking you to pick a president.
Yeah, of course. But if you look over the series of presidents, you'd like to have the strength of character of someone like John Adams. You'd like to have the passion and the vision for the future of an Abraham Lincoln. You'd like to have the energy of Teddy Roosevelt, the enthusiasm for this country. You know, the ability of Harry Truman to make tough decisions and to bring in people of different backgrounds, that was something that I respect.
Including Democrats in your administration?
You know, he was able to bring people, and I had some in my administration as governor.
We got to run, but you know something, I think you're really shedding light on something. When you put yourself in the arena, there's a lot of pressure, and it's tough, and it's a big sacrifice. So thank you both for being here. It's good to see you both. Appreciate you being with us.
Thanks, Sean, Ellen.
And coming up, socialite Paris Hilton is